New Zealand won the toss. They put India into bat and they got themselves a firework display show by the Indian batters. The top three getting 50 plus scores. India got to 255 in their 20 overs. Sanju Samson was on fire once again, 89, and Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan both getting 50s. We are back at Crick Buzz Live. I'm Sayami Kher. There we have it. Ishan Kishan 54 of 25. Abhishek Sharma 52 of 21. He came to the party today and got Michael and Ajinkya with me. Michael, are you happier with my relaxed state right now?
Well, I know why you're relaxed, because you've scored 16 runs more than you did in 2023. You've got 30 overs less to defend it. So, that's been an incredible striking performance from India. You could say they've left probably 20 odd runs out there, maybe 25 with the start that they had. Credit to New Zealand for that one over from Nishan, but apart from that one over, it's just been a little bit like the pitchers had the better of all the bowlers. It's a flat track, it's a small boundary, and India in fine form, so no surprise that they've got a big number.
Well, Ajinkya, we spoke about the fireworks because we've seen what Sanju Samson did. We saw what Abhishek did. There was so much chatter about Abhishek. We'll get to that. But just the striking, it almost felt like that 92-run partnership in the power play. These are the records that we've seen that India has broken today. The first 50-plus opening stand in men's T20 World Cup final. Fastest 4-over team to get to 50. Abhishek's 18-ball 50 is the fastest in the T20 World Cup knockout game. 7.2 overs is the fastest any team has reached 100 in T20 World Cup history. First time in T20 World Cup history, each of the top three have gone past 50. Samson's 89 is the highest score in a T20 World Cup final. Phew, that's a lot of records broken there.
Yeah, I think, see again, top batting from the Indian batters. Wicket, as Michael said, wicket looked really flat, amazing. New Zealand, I thought they generally bowl in discipline. I thought today they were a little wavered in first 6 overs. That I think just because of how Indian batters, how well they batted. The fear of Abhishek Sharma, fear of Sanju Samson. You don't generally see Henry bowling those wider lines to maybe that was the plan, but I thought wicket later on how it played, a lot of slower balls we saw from the New Zealand bowlers, but credit to Indian batters. The first 6 overs, we spoke about that partnership between Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma, and then with Ishan Kishan was amazing. Apart from those 3 overs, 16, 17 and 18, apart from that, Indian batters dominated throughout.
Well, Michael, Ajinkya is talking about how he said that wicket looked really flat. We were sitting and watching the game with Zach a little bit, and he said that actually Wankhede felt a little flatter than this. So he said there is a little bit something there for the bowlers, but the New Zealand bowlers didn't use it at all.
Yeah, I didn't see much of that. Maybe down the back end when the slow balls were just sticking in the surface. Maybe it slowed up. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see if there's any dew in the next 30, 40 minutes. You feel like probably will have to come down for New Zealand to get close to this target. But I don't think, New Zealand probably had an off night, but you're talking about, you're missing your margins by an inch. And these Indian players are just striking it into the stands at will. They're going offside, onside, front foot, back foot. Sometimes the pitch gets the better of you. I looked at the way New Zealand bowled. They tried the slow balls. That was going into the stand. They went pace on. Everything that they tried wide outside the off stump, they went straight a couple of times, which was flicked away through the onside. But those strike rates don't lie. 193 at the top, 247 for Abhishek, who found form perfectly at the right time for India. 216 for Ishan Kishan, who looks, he's in fine form, fine mind, and obviously down the back and there, Shivam Dubey striking at 325. So it's a pure wicket. The boundaries don't look massive, and you'd expect a big number, but past 250 twice in a semi-final and now World Cup final. That's impressive striking by the Indian team.
Well, to start with, what Sanju Samson's done, third time, a consecutive 89 again. The last game was 89. So I know he says I don't play for the hundreds. It was 100 for the taking. But Ajinkya, you backed him from the word go. You said he's a player. He's a big match player. And now 3 very important games. Usually you say if you had a good game in one of the knockout teams, maybe the law of averages, you won't play well, but 3 consecutive games Sanju Samson has turned up.
3 top class knocks. I was telling Michael about I really wanted Sanju Samson to get that 100. He deserved that 100. Getting 97 against West Indies, 89 against England, and again 89 tonight was amazing. Yeah, and personally, really wanted Sanju Samson to get that 100, but really happy for him. I backed him because he's a class player.
Yes.
His attitude, he's always been a team man, always looks to do well for the team, looks to contribute for the team. That's the reason I really wanted Sanju Samson in the playing 11 from game number 1. But I think let's give credit to him. It was not easy for him when he was sitting outside
Yes.
and then getting a game against West Indies, scoring that 97, match winning 97. All those games were knockout games for Indian team. I think his contribution has been amazing. I think he'll be really happy. Rather than 100, I think he'll be happy with that 89. As I said, he's always been a team man. So I think for him, team always comes first. He'll be more happy when India lift that World Cup tonight.
Well, there's this one young boy. There's been so much spoken about him because he was in phenomenal form. He fell ill, then he came back in, and then he just couldn't find his form. Michael, there was discussion about should Abhishek Sharma be dropped. I asked all that question in the pre-match show. This almost takes me back to 2024 when Virat Kohli was not in the best of form, and then we saw what the man did in the finals. Big match player Abhishek Sharma has got 52 of 21. He was striking it very, very well. It's just about this big occasion. It's like let the big occasion come and I'll turn up to the big party.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember in T20 cricket, these players are going out to take a huge amount of risk with the way that they play. So every now and again, they're going to get low scores because they're taking on the best bowlers with potentially a little bit of movement. There wasn't a great deal of movement tonight, so it was probably an easier night for him. But the reason why you back these players is for that. In the final, Virat, obviously 2 years ago, Abhishek's a different style of player to Virat Kohli, but his record speaks for itself. You don't get to become the number one player in the world if you're a lucky player. You've done it over a period of time, and that's what he's done. And no surprise, he's shown glimpses in the last few innings where you feel he's just starting to fly. And I thought tonight was the night where I thought he was going to get 100 in the final. He's going to justify everything that's happened to him. I know Yuvraj Singh's been his mentor, talking to him. I've seen so many clips of Gautam Gambhir with him on the bus, talking to him last night at training, just both of those two. And I'm sure the coach would have just tried to clear his mind of all the nonsense that, a lot of these players have to read and see these days through social media. It must be very difficult for them to kind of stay focused in the moment when there's so many people having an opinion on the way that they play. Not just, ex-players, but everyone in the street can have their opinion, which isn't easy for these younger players. But he was back for that. To get the team off to a flying start. He found his rhythm, he found that offside, he found that onside that we know he has. And I think of all the formats, this is the format that you should back your players for a longer period, particularly at the top of the order when they're flamboyant and aggressive. You know that eventually they will come good, and he's come good tonight.
Well, the top of the order came good for India because Ishan Kishan was the third one to get a half century. Ajinkya, this whole World Cup, we've seen this consistency in the last 3 games that Sanju Samson has shown us. And we've seen Abhishek Sharma not in the best of form, but Ishan Kishan has quietly been doing his thing and 4 sixes, 4 fours, striking at that strike rate. Again, a very mature knock from him today.
A very important knock. I mean, even the last game against England, 39 of 18 odd balls. I think by coming at number 3, when you have Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma top of the order, to maintain the tempo, it's never easy. Ishan Kishan has been doing that really well since the New Zealand series. I think batting at number 3, reading the situation, what type of game, what tempo you want to maintain, I think he's done that really well. So talking about this format, when team generally looks to play a certain brand of cricket, there are few players who are going to score consistently. There are few players who will fail. But I think it's important that team management, what they are doing right now is backing players. How they backed Abhishek Sharma, how they backed Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson as well. I'm sure that there was a conversation when he was not playing. There was a communication when he was not playing. But it's important that management is backing, and that's a very good sign. So I think
Here in the spotlight, powered by Tata Motors. मजाक ही हो गया ये तो यार। मतलब कितने छक्के लगाओगे एक मैच में यार, कितने लोगों को मारोगे बॉल। मजाक ही हो गया ये तो यार। मतलब कितने छक्के लगाओगे एक मैच में यार, कितने लोगों को मारोगे बॉल से। मतलब रियली आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू से। 255